Now, Suna has had a very eclectic education and work background. She studied space engineering in Istanbul Technical University. And while she was in her third year in the university, she got arrested due to helping Kurdish IDPs in Istanbul. She spent 7 years in prison. Then the court said, "We could not find anything against you. You're free to go," after the 7 years. During her time in prison, she was interested in women's struggles around the world and wrote for various Kurdish newspapers and magazines. After prison, Suna was volunteering for Istanbul Human Rights Organization and was elected as spokesperson for Daisal Women Culture Center. Between 2003 and 2007, she was working for Kurdish newspapers, editing daily women's pages and fortnightly women's magazines. Since 2007, she has lived in the UK and has started a new career. She studies sociology in Westminster and has a master's in refugee care in Essex. She holds a weekly women's radio program. This has been for the past 2 years, and works as a freelance journalist. And since 2016, has been working as a harmful practices and domestic abuse officer at Asian Women's Resource Center. Yep, take it away, Suna.
Hi, everyone. It is so good to see all of you here. Actually, it is nice to hear to Payzee and Evin too. And I was thinking to share something on my personal life, but then I decided to, because the two speakers talk about themselves, so I can talk about something on generic, and maybe can share something in the end. So I like to start with the day of the 25th of November, because it's so important, because the day started with the Mirabal sisters. They were the 3 sisters. They lived in the Dominican Republic during the late 1950s. They were against of the dictatorship of Rafael Trujillo, and they were killed in 25th of November 1960 by the dictatorships, and then the Mirabal sisters became of the symbol of the democratic and feminist resistance all over the world. And in 1981, the women's rights activists marked the anniversary of the day, and then later the UN as General Assembly just said that issues to raise public awareness this issue every year on the states. And also later in Canada, because it was a massacre happened by men. This man killed 14 women in the Polytechnic University. And then some Canadian men came together in 2003, I think. They started to a white ribbon campaign. And it's kind of like a show of solidarity against the patriarchy, against the femicide. But sometimes some women organization makes mistakes to name this 25th of November as a White Ribbon Day. It is not White Ribbon Day. White Ribbon Day is the man's solidarity showing towards the women's struggle. But for us, it is elimination of violence against women because of the Mirabal sisters. We should have our credited to ourselves first. And I can just pass this. And then what we do mean by violence against women. So it can be included domestic abuse, sexual violence, rape, stalking and harassment, trafficking of women, and female genital mutilation, and forced prostitution, forced marriage, honor-based, so-called honor-based killing, faith-based abuse, and then the list can go on. But the violence against women and girls is a human rights issue, and male violence against women. It's just because we are not, because it's in nowadays, they tend to say this is gender issue. When they say the gender issue, the woman just disappear in the gender issue, because gender includes men and women. But we know that most of the violence happens against women and girls. So we need to also be strong, struggle against this name too. And also we know that some men also address to violence by their partners, by their close friends or family members. But we also know that more than 80% of violence happens against women. So also it is a human rights issues. So violence against of women is both the consequence of the inequality between men and women, but we do not have here is where the inequality comes from. Inequality comes from not just the man thinks that is they are superior than us. Because of the state designs in this order and the power given to the man, so all the structure based on the power and control. So woman doesn't have any choice to get a free life or take a free choice. So we need to fight against the male violence and state violence together if we want to be free, if we want to have our own choice. So if you find, if for example, if you fight against our partner, if they're obsessed, they're oppressing us, but we have to know that there's a oppression in the workplace too. We know that there's a glass ceiling in the workplace. Still, in the paper, man and woman have the right same equal right to access to work, access to job or salary. But we know that most of the jobs are given to men if they're in an equal position to apply for the job. Or also some of the jobs are if you are doing the same amount of work or effort, you are given less salary than men. So again, it is the kind of like everywhere we are fighting against for our rights. I can give some statistics from now, and we know that 1 in 3 women worldwide experiences physical and sexual violence, but mostly by their intimate partner. And what this sentence says or doesn't says, it is just stressing about sexual violence and physical violence. But we know that violence does not just physical and sexual. Violence also financial violence, controlling issues, coercive control, mental issues, for example, gaslighting, and also emotional abuse. So if we include these other abuses, it means that more than 30% of women getting abused by their partners or by their family members. So the number is very high. And also, every day around the world, 137 women get killed by their close family members. So it is kind of like if we put it in global in a year, it is more than nearly 90,000 women get killed by their close family members or partners or ex-partners. So it is a war. It is a war because there is no like, if you think like this, in one conflict, during the one conflict, how many soldiers get killed in 1 year? This is not more than 90,000. This is less than 90,000. But more than 90,000 women get killed, and no one say that it is important. And in the UK, 2 women are killed by their partner every week. But this number is just like if the statistics or all the data show that the kill is about the domestic abuse. We don't know, because some of the cases doesn't recognize, some of the cases doesn't say that because the woman killed by ex-partner or not. They just shown that this woman killed by somebody. So sometimes I think the number can be also more than 2. So, but we know that also only 24% of domestic violence reported to the police or the other organization. And also the police officers once told me that like a more than like they usually take the calls after nearly after 30 incidents happens towards a woman, and then woman in the end feels that finds the courage to call the police. So again, the number and the statistic doesn't show the exact number. And I can say something about the Kurdish issues about from now. So we do not have any exact numbers from Turkey and Kurdish, from Turkey and Iranian Kurdish women because of the governmental issues. But from the federal Kurdistan in Iraq, from 1991 till now, more than 20,000 women has been killed by their family members because of the honor or other name. So it is again it's also our husbands and our lovers or our brothers are having war against us. And also we don't know about the exact number in Turkey and the Kurdish in Turkey and Kurdish in Iran. So these figures just from the Kurdish in Iraqi part, the Federal Kurdistan. So also there is one special right given to the families that in Iraqi Kurdistan, they said that if the women are in refuge and the brothers, uncles, fathers, any family members can request these women to give in to them by signing them, and they can get to this woman. So why is refuge? Refuge is your survival place. You run away from your family, your abuser, your husband, to not get killed. But the government give the power to give them the woman to this killer. Actually, they're killer, and then they easily get killed again. This woman. So last year, 2 sisters get killed after they released from the refuge, and the father and uncle just run away within the social circle, because they had like a high position in society, and then they just got away from the murder. So we need, as we said, there's a kind of like the domestic abuse very close to the state abuse. So we cannot divide our own family's abuse or our own perpetrator from the government. So if a husband or a brother or anyone killed a woman, it means that the state's hands also dirty. In the end, our killer is the state. We can say like this. I think I can finish here because I talked a bit longer. So we can chat and then discuss together. But I just want to give one example as well. It is also the UN peacekeeping officer, Patrick Ahmed, says that it is now more dangerous to be a woman than to be a soldier in conflict. Because if you are a soldier, you will have your gun and then fight each other. And then you can kill or you get killed. But if you are a woman in a conflict zone, and then you get all the domestic abuse from your own family or your society, and also you can be targeted of sexual violence and any other tortures because of your gender. So it is everywhere is kind of like there is no equality between us. So and when we fight, also we are fighting for our own life, even we are not equal for the other kind of like for education, for other stuff too. First, we are fighting for our life, then we also want to change the society, change the state for better future for all of us. And as the other speakers also mentioned, that there is no free space for women in the world. So we are equal as a woman of the world for when facing about for the abuse or kind of abuse. Thank you too much for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Suna, and thank you for highlighting these crazy statistics. It's just one woman way too many.